Hello, children. Hope you all are good. Today, we are going to start the new chapter that is Forward Bloc and the INA. Bose and the Congress. Subhas Chandra Bose and the Congress. Subhas Chandra Bose criticized Gandhiji for withdrawing non-cooperation movement in 1922. Subhas Chandra Bose was completely against Gandhiji's this decision of withdrawing this movement because it was the mass movement. Then Subhash Chandra Bose participated in civil disobedience movement. He was against Gandhiji's one decision, but still he participated in another movement that was civil disobedience movement. And even Subhash Chandra Bose was elected as president of the Congress at Haripura session. Then All India National Planning Committee was formally inaugurated by Bose at Mumbai in December 1938. Subhash Chandra Bose played a very vital role in all the movements started by Gandhiji. Subhash Chandra Bose also laid stress on national planning, national unity, and organization of masses, and this was only for the national struggle. Then the All India Planning Committee was formally inaugurated by Bose, and this was only to achieve success. Rift in the Congress. So there was a rift in the Congress between Gandhiji and Subhash Chandra Bose. There were several reasons for this rift because Subhash Chandra Bose wanted to start large scale industrialization, but Gandhiji was in favor of small scale industries. Then Gandhiji was completely against the openness of Subhash Chandra Bose. That's why there was a rift between both personalities. And finally, the rift came in front of all the people that at Tripuri session, Gandhiji tried to discourage Bose from standing for re election as president of Congress for a second term. Gandhiji completely opposed it. Bose still decided to stand for elections. Then Gandhiji nominated his candidate Pattabi Sita Ramaya for the presidential candidate and used his all powers for his candidate. Bose still won by majority. Gandhiji resigned and 13 members of Congress Working Committee resigned. Then Working Committee requested President to work as per wishes for Gandhiji. Majority supported Gandhiji and there was a deadlock between Gandhiji and Subhash Chandra Bose. Gandhiji wing made impossible for Bose to function. And then finally, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from presidentialship of the Congress on April 29, 1939. Formation of Forward Bloc. After resigning from the Congress party, Bose felt a need for the formation of a new party. So he formed a new party within Congress to bring entire wing under one banner. This party was known as Forward Bloc, was formed on May 3rd, 1939. Objectives of the Forward Bloc. So, first objective liberation of India with support of peasants, youth, and other organization. After attaining independence, Forward Bloc would work for establishment of a socialist state through then reorganization of agriculture and industry on socialist term. This point is really important, children, that from very beginning Subhash Chandra Bose was in favor of reorganization of agriculture, and he wanted to start the large scale industry on socialist terms, which Gandhiji completely opposed. Then abolition of zamindari system. He wanted to abolish zamindari system. That's why even he introduced new banks. He introduced new monetary and credit system for the farmers, for the poor peasants. So Subhas Chandra Bose started Forward Bloc with motive to provide new facilities to the peasants, as well as he was in favor of supporting youth. Indian National Army, in short, which we call INA. In Malaya, Mohan Singh, who was Indian officer in British Indian Army, he conceived an idea of the Indian National Army because he was not in favor of Britishers. That's why he wanted to form his own Indian army. So that's why Mohan Singh went to Japanese for help. Japanese had always encouraged Indians to join anti-British organization, but they never had such idea of forming a military wing consisting of Indians. But finally, Japanese helped Mohan Singh, and all Indian prisoners of war were handed by Japanese to Mohan Singh, who inducted them to INA. Then Singapore was defeated, which brought 45,000 Indian prisoners of war to Mohan Singh's INA. And by the end of 1942, 40,000 people expressed their wish to join INA. So prisoners, they were inducted, but there were other 40,000 people who expressed their wish to join INA. It was clear that INA would go to India only on invitation of Indian National Congress and people of India. So they decided that we would help Indians only when they wish. Contribution of Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose was instrumental in the formation of the forward bloc. He played very vital role. The active phase of the INA began when Subhash Chandra Bose arrived at Singapore in July 1943 by German and Japanese submarines. Mohan Singh already had started the work of INA, but active phase started when Subhash Chandra Bose participated in it. 2 days later, he officially took charge of the Indian Independence League. And this time, Bose was greeted as Netaji, or we can say the great leader. Then, in August 1943, Subhas Chandra Bose took the charge of Indian National Army. Earlier, it was led by Mohan Singh, but later, Subhash Chandra Bose became its supreme commander. He set up INA headquarters in Yangon and in Singapore and began to reorganize the INA. He even started a women's regiment called the Rani Jhansi Regiment, which was led by Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan. Recruitment and training camps were opened by Subhash Chandra Bose in large numbers to cope with the rush of the volunteers. Now we are going to study objectives of the INA. The purpose of INA was to organize an armed revolution and to fight the British army with modern arms. As it was not possible for Indians staying in homeland to organize an armed revolution. So this task was passed to Indians living abroad, particularly in East Asia, to organize a provisional government of free India in order to assemble all forces effectively. Total mobilization of Indian manpower and money for a total war. The motto of the INA was unity, faith, and sacrifice. So, children, with this, the chapter is completed. Thank you.